to the Daily with Haley. Of course, I'm your host, Haley, and I look forward to you tuning in today to get your daily dose of encouragement. All right, friends, I hope you are having a good week. I'm so excited to kick off this Monday on the topic the Lord's really kind of put on my heart. So I'm very excited to share with you today. So we are going to be talking about it is okay if you are not everybody's cup of tea. I know that you've probably heard this before, but I just want you guys to understand that you're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's totally fine. This is something that I had to learn the hard way. For real. I used to think that I had to please everybody. I needed to kind of adjust who I was, who I am around certain people to match, let's say, their energy, or, just shift who I naturally am to kind of fit in. And throughout the years, the Lord's really kind of put in my heart that, it's okay. Like you're not going to fit in with everybody. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But the good news is you're God's cup of tea. So sip on that tea this morning. I'm so corny. But anyway. So, for example, a good example of this is me in general. So, I'm sure as if you've listened to the podcast for a while now, you will notice I'm loud. I'm sure I guess you probably wouldn't notice how loud I am, like just being that I'm on a microphone. But if you ever meet me in person, which I hope that I do meet you guys in person one day, I am loud. I'm so loud that my dad will look at me and while I'm talking and say, Haley, I'm right here. And I genuinely just am loud. Like I don't mean to be, I just am. And most of the time I'm really energetic and outgoing. And, some people, I can see it in their eyes when they meet me. They're like, what is wrong with that girl? Like, really and truly, like, what is wrong with her? And it's just me, like, that's just how I am. And that's okay. Some people are like, I can only stand to be around her for so long because she's literally too much. Other people are like, your energy is contagious. I genuinely love being around you. So, it's fine. It's okay. And you may say, well, I'm the complete opposite. That's okay too. That is okay. And when we learn to say, you know what, I'm okay with not being everybody's cup of tea. I'm okay with not essentially trying to fit in with everybody, because think about it like this, guys. We were called for a purpose. Like God made us. Everybody can't be us. Everybody can't be the same person. And so, of course, with that being said, we're all born with different gifts. We're all born with different natural personalities, and there's different aspects of us. There's different things that I enjoy doing that other people don't. And if we all enjoy doing the same things, there would be no diversity in the world, right? So I encourage you to say, in the realm of that too, is that with that, I kind of found myself, like I said earlier, trying to please everybody that I was around. And so I was adjusting who I was for those people. And no, guys, don't do that. We don't need to adjust who we are just to make somebody else happy. Now, I'm not saying that, in certain situations, I've had to learn to tone it down, take it down a notch, but on the flip side of that, I'm not changing who I am. I'm just being a little bit more situationally aware. And so we're not called to be people pleasers. We're not called to be someone we're not. We're called to be us. We are called to be us. And so I say this all the time, and I will say it again. You were created on purpose for a purpose. If we were all created for the same purpose, guys, how would we really make an impact in this world? Think about it. If we were all created with the gift of, I don't know, let's say, guys know I'm a big animal lover. If everyone in the world was animal lovers, Well, maybe that would be a good thing, so maybe that wasn't a good example. But seriously, if we're all created, let's say, that the animal one was probably not a good example, but a better example would be if we're all called to be doctors. Let's say in the medical room, we're all called to be doctors. We're all passionate about being doctors. Okay, well, what about the nurses? We need nurses. So if we're all called to be doctors, that's not going to work. And so that's why we're all born with different gifts, different talents, and we're not going to fit in everywhere. And that's okay. Your gifts and what we are called to do are not made to pass human approval. Okay? This is something I had to learn the hard way. We don't need to walk in somewhere and say, okay, I'm going to change who I am today because this person doesn't like this or this person doesn't like that. And I'm going to do it just to make sure that I can check off the box that they approve of me, that they approve of who I am. Back it on up. We are not going to do that because we are not called to pass we're not called to, what am I trying to say? I'm getting tongue-tied here, guys. Our gifts and ourselves do not need to pass human approval. They need to pass God's approval. And that's what's important. And so this is such a big concept that I want you guys to grasp because I truly found myself just so consumed in what everyone else thought of me. And it was almost like I was so focused on what everyone else was thinking. But then I asked myself, what do I think of me? What does God think of me? And so I say this too because sometimes we find ourselves like when we can shift ourselves so much to match or to be accepted by other people that we don't even recognize ourselves anymore, right? And, truthfully, God doesn't want us to do that. He created us, like I said, for a purpose. He doesn't want us to shift that purpose. And so I encourage you, if you feel like you may be struggling with this, to ask yourself, what do I think of me? Do I think that I'm good enough? Do I think that I'm strong enough? Yes. Yes. Without the approval of everyone else. Yes, you are. Yes, you are strong. Yes, you are wonderful. Yes, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay? And then also say, what does God think of me? If God's the one that created me, He knows my purpose. He knows the purpose He created me for. So who am I to try to change that purpose, guys? And so it's so easy in today's world because they kind of make you feel like, oh, if you don't look a certain way, if you don't act a certain way. But no. Like the thing is right now, or used to be, I used to feel so bad when I'd look at magazines and stuff and all these girls, okay, let's just be honest here, guys. Summer's approaching, okay? It's bathing suit season. And oh my gosh, I used to find myself so hard on myself, like comparing myself to these models and everything else. And you know what? If you're a model and you're rocking that bathing suit, you go, girl, because I am happy for you that you look so great. But the thing is, we all look great. Seriously. I don't care what size bathing suit you wear. I don't care. We are all beautiful and we don't need to compare ourselves to other people. Seriously. Let's stop that. Okay? Again, I say, we were created on purpose, for purpose, and that is our purpose, not somebody else's. So, don't shift your purpose to match somebody else's. Okay, guys? Remember, sip your tea today. Sip your tea. And don't worry about everybody else's because you're not everybody's cup of tea. But guess what? You are God's cup of tea. Go have the best day ever. Sip on some tea. My favorite is some green peach tea. So sip on you some good tea. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you so much.